Okay, how to do wheel bearings part 1 of however many parts this is going to end up taking. Your grease needs to at least meet that standard. The NLGI space GC-LB. That is a grease something or another rating. Okay, my brain's not working right tonight. And you want to get just a couple sets of these. Very, very handy. Now, I'm replacing mine. Oh, I just figured out how to zoom. Sorry, I'm using my phone. Now, I already popped this off earlier, so just set that aside. But, on most wheel bearings, you have a cotter pin, this little deflopper, and a nut. All the bearings and all that crap comes out. Then you just want to clean that, and I'll show you how to repack it here in a few. The reason why I'm repacking mine is my caliper decided to stay locked up and got too hot and melted some rubber, and yeah, and this say not so good. So I've got some new parts. You also need a new seal too while you're at it. It looks fine. I only done it a couple months ago, but well, I figure, well, it's probably shortened the life of it, so might as well go ahead and just replace it. So, take the cotter pin out, take all that out, pull it all out, wipe down with a rag or something, wipe down that spindle, wipe everything down. You don't really need to clean it with anything, just wipe all the old grease out and then repack it, and I'll show you how to repack that in a minute. So, I'll come back here in just a few. Alright, so here we'll go into a little bit more depth on this here, if I go too much further. If you can see that crack right there, it's in your brake pads start cracking. Like I said, these got locked up. Got plenty of meat left, but I gotta replace them. Which really pisses me off because those were high dollar pads. But back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. If you have a cotter pin, generally right here, and as you can see, this grease and hell, this cotter pin still shiny, so it ain't been here very long, like I said earlier. It kind of pisses me off, but I could leave this, but I'd rather not. I'm not one to do anything half-ass. And you just pull on this. And if you don't deform this part too badly, it actually works out pretty good. But I deformed it a little bit. But it's alright, cotter pins are cheap. We're gonna replace them. You can use a nail if you're really, really wanting to push it. I wouldn't recommend it, but just take that out. And I'm going to try to be as clean as I can. Take this little piece out. And then you just take this off here, this nut. They're usually not on very tight. Not supposed to be. Consult your owner's manual or some sort of manual, service manual for torque on that. And then there's a washer. I hate doing these because I get freaking greasy. I'm gonna have to set my phone down here for a second. And there she is. You're going to take a rag or something, clean all this up, clean all that grease off. Which actually, I'm looking at it, kind of looks, looked better because it was new. Take that seal out. Take the seal out here with a screwdriver or whatever. Put a new one in. Just as you can see, I actually got a little heat deformed. Take it all apart, clean it with a rag. I'll show you how to repack the bearings here in a minute. Thanks for watching. I'll bring you guys back here shortly. Alright, so I'm trying to set my phone up here. It's a little tripod deal so you guys can hopefully see what I'm doing. I hope you guys can see that. From what I can see, you guys should be able to see it. take your rag or some paper towels or something, clean out all this grease. Generally, the cleaner the better, but since I just did these not but a couple months ago, I don't worry about that too much, about that being super clean. But you don't want any contaminants like, luckily I didn't actually fall all the way down the ground. But just kind of clean everything as best as you can. And I was told never clean the bearings with anything, because if you don't get it all out, then you'll just degrade everything. But I'm going to do the short and simple sweet version for you guys. And there's a reason I wear these gloves, especially while doing this, because it's so daggone greasy. And it's kind of one of those things that you pain in the butt to get off. Alright, so you got those pretty clean. Just take your tube of grease, in this case. Normally I have a tub, but I've run out, so I had to go to this stuff. And just take your dollop out somewhere, on one of your hands or something. And then just take it. I have this dollop here on my hand. And just kind of shove it in there. Like so. Just kind of paint it all in there. And all that good mess. And what you do when you're doing that is you're shoving it in there. And they make bearing packers. Actually makes this job quite easier, because you just shove it in there and everything. But you just want these that real slimy. This is pretty much the same grease I used before, so you can't really tell on the color difference. But just pack them real good grease. It's hard to get them to move, but it'll be alright. So there's one there. That one goes there. Then I tend to put a little grease down this groove where that new seal is going to be here, just a bit to get off your hands. I'm just going to have to leave the camera rolling. You know, I got more of these, will be alright. This is definitely a greasy job. Watch how your old seal came out. Way you can stick it back in the way it was. I'll take it back. I ain't got too many more pairs of these. That makes this job a lot easier, especially when you're about to take a girl out on a date or gotta go upstairs and your parents don't want that grease all over your house. So this stuff's just a pain in the ass to wash off. Never really been able to get it all off very easily. Just take it and use your old one for a reference here. This one looks a little different than my old one. Just take it, put it down in there. Hell, this one's just going to push in, I think. I'll have to take a little persuasion. You can use your old seal to hit these in. Old piece of brass. Hear that ringing, then you know you're good. And then you're pretty much done. Just re-grease your other side. And I always like to take a little grease and shove it down in there. And get the other wheel bearing. All I gotta do is, I'm just gonna put more. I ain't really gonna make a difference. Screw it, I will clean it. So there is a color difference on this front one. Goes inside with how hot it got. That's good. Oh, great. Split a glove again. Try not to get any grease on your braking surface here, because then that'll make the brakes not work quite right. If these have been sitting out in a vehicle like mine have, they get a little bit brittle. Just take it and I just kind of smear it and pack it. Can't ever use too much of this stuff here. This is already packed, so I'm not too worried about getting it all squished in there. But clean spot for that. Like I said, I like to take some grease, grease all this stuff up real good, put some in there just so it's got a little extra in there, and you're pretty much done. Just gotta clean the other one up, clean the spindle up, and you're good to go, boys. Let's see if I can stop this video without getting my phone all greasy. Thanks for watching.